fellow travelers along the path of the beam. I am known on this level of the tower as Jaime and Fuego, and if it please you, join me here for a bit of palaver on Hail to Stephen King. That's right. El Rey, as I so affectionately call him, my favorite author, as you can obviously see by that tower of books behind me there. And over the span of 8 years of earnest dedication, I read through every single Cy King work in its published order because I wanted to get all of the tie-ins, and especially everything that ties in with the tower. The number 19 is vastly important, not just in those books, but in just King's life in general, and he even has a foreword about it in The Gunslinger, the re-release, which is very fascinating. But I'm here to make a special announcement. Previously at Phoenix Fan Fusion, previously known as Phoenix Fan Fest, and before that, Phoenix Comic-Con, I have led panels about the worlds of Stephen King, his intertwining multiverse. I've done a panel called The Road to the Dark Tower movie back in 2017 before that film came out. I also last year had the awesome opportunity to talk about Pet Sematary and The Stand for their anniversary. So beyond that, we've conducted panels about Supernatural, The Walking Dead, American Horror Story, various others, and it is our pleasure and our honor to be back again at the event. And on May 26th, I'm putting together a panel which is called Stephen King in the Year of 19. And it's going to be basically all about this year that we are in the midst of, that has already seen Pet Sematary and that is still going to see It Chapter 2. It still has the 3rd season of Mr. Mercedes coming. It still has the 2nd season of Castle Rock coming. We have Creepshow coming. We have, oh goodness, how could we forget the fact that something that was going to be next year has moved to November. The sequel to The Shining, Dr. Sleep with Ewan McGregor. And even though we still don't have a definitive date for it yet, his collaboration with his amazing son Joe Hill for In the Tall Grass that is going to be coming to Netflix. There's so much to talk about on top of a new novel called The Institute. So there's a great deal to cover at this panel, and we are so very excited. May 26th. 2019 at, yes, that's right, that's a Saturday night at the Phoenix Fan Fusion. I still have to get used to saying that, but yes, 9 p.m. We have some stiff competition though. There's all kinds of other panels going on, and there is in fact one called The Road to Star Wars Episode 9, which if I wasn't talking Cy King, I would most definitely be at that. But it's an amazing event with 4 awesome days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, of panels, of artists, of vendors, of celebrities. I mean, we're talking Jeff Goldblum, Elijah Wood, Billy D. Williams, and then people that I get excited about within the comic industry. Kevin Eastman, co-creator of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Arthur Suidam, the guy who did so much amazing artwork from the Marvel Zombies to, I mean, to my favorite Batman Predator thing that I've ever seen drawn. Various other supremely cool things. I mean, there really is something for everybody within the nerd sphere at this event. Anything geek-centric, you will have a nerdgasm at this event, and despite the rocker exterior, I am most definitely that at heart. There's also, as I have to mention, another Stephen King panel that is going on Thursday at 3 p.m. and it's being headed up by a gentleman that I'm not familiar with, but I'm very curious to check out his panel as a fellow Cy King adorer. His name is Kevin Hunt, once again, as I said, and his panel is called The King and I, and it's all about America's fascination with Stephen King. And I would imagine that panel is going to have something to do with the fact that King is so just, he's like that genuine apple pie, you know, blah, blah, yeah, apple pie and Budweiser, you know, he oozes Americana and just that likability of just the, you know, just good old boy, you know, persona, and, you know, the very sweet heart and the good intentions, even if he does want to scare the hell out of you. So that panel is going on Thursday at 3 p.m. And once again, our horror show panel, the horror show channel on YouTube to be specific, going on Saturday evening, May 26th at 9 p.m. And so, yeah, just to give a little additional context, I have been it's been a pleasure and an honor to do over 150 episodes over nearly 3 years now of my personal passion here on the horror show called Hail to Stephen King, as you saw at the very beginning of these proceedings, and I have covered just about everything under the King's sun, but there's still so much more to make my way around, review, discuss, countdown. I mean, yeah, if you go into the Stephen King themed playlist here, if you were just discovering this on a whim, I'd be just so very pleased if you went and checked out some of the back episodes, because there is a lot to scope out. One more thing before I end this announcement proper is the fact that there's also a Hail to Stephen King Facebook group that I head up. And yeah, it's one of the main things that actually brings me on to the Facebook, as opposed to what other form of social media you find yourself drawn to, whether it's Instagram or Twitter or whatever. The Hail to Stephen King Facebook group is less than 500 people. However, it is a very closely knit Ka-Tet, and there is just constant discussion about all kinds of things, and it's really a closely knit Ka-Tet, as I said, and it's with these huger groups, which I am a member of a few, but I can't say I frequent them quite as much, for the sheer fact that with so many people it's easy to get lost in the shuffle. And yes, the palaver shared on my group, where I am the sole moderator and administrator. All I ask is that, with the exception of on Friday Freakout, we keep it to strictly Psy King and the King Clan. We talk some Joe Hill, we talk some Owen and Tabby here and there. But yes, that is about all that I have for this announcement. I implore all of you to jump onto phoenixfanfusion.com, where you can obtain your tickets and where you can get just some amazing information about all of the additional panels, celebrities, cosplayers, all kinds of other activities. There's so much fun stuff to do. It is genuinely one of my favorite events of the entire year here in the Deadly Desert, as I all too often call it. So I have been Jaime and Fuego. Thank you so very much. Gracias, danka, arigato. And if you are anywhere in the Arizona area or have the opportunity to be, you most definitely need to hit it up. Memorial Day weekend, so the weekend right before. That's when all the festivities are going down, so obtain those tickets, and I look forward to seeing all of you there. You can find me on all social media sectors: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, where I have my own personal YouTube channel called Fuegotainment, where I cover everything that's not of the horror-centric variety, because hey, not all that Stephen King writes is horror, right? He has some damn good dramas, whether it's Shawshank, whether it's The Green Mile, whether it's even something like the Colorado Kid, for instance, that is also seeing a re-release illustrated edition later this year. So, man, it is just going to be an incredible year for Psy King, and we're going to continue covering it here up to the panel and leading thereafter. So you need to definitely like, share, and subscribe here if you want all of that spooktacular coverage. And beyond Psy King, we do 2, and sometimes, if we're getting really crazy, 3 episodes a day, but we have kind of scaled that back a little bit. A little too ambitious at times, and we don't want to overwhelm you, but trailer reactions, film reviews, convention coverage. We're doing Texas Frightmare shortly after you will see this broadcast, and I mean, just so much awesome stuff. I also do a monthly King book selection live, where we have just a spoilery discussion about it, and yeah, so there's just so much awesome stuff always going on here on the Horror Show. And yeah, twice a week, every Terrifying Tuesday and Scarific Saturday, you get Hail to Stephen King with yours truly. So once again, I have been Fuego. Y'all have been awesome for checking out this video, and until the Wheel of Ka comes around once more, I shall say hasta luego, sin amigos, and constant readers and viewers alike. I hope that we get to share more palaver sooner rather than later. Say thank you. And until that instance transpires, remember, stay scared and read Stephen King. I mean, seriously, it's Carrie anniversary this year, The Talisman, there's so much.